Hello, this is Mike with Tradewinds RV Center, here to congratulate you on your Lance 1985. I'm going to walk you around it, show you how to use a few things to get the best out of your camping experience. Let's start by talking about arriving at the campsite. A couple things to think about when you're parking. On your campsite, leave plenty of room for that awning. On your off campsite, besides leaving room for your slide, I also want you to think about where your power and water connections are going to be. They're both going to be on the very rear corner on the driver's side of the tow vehicle. Water connection there, power there, so park accordingly so you can utilize the facilities at the campsite. Once we arrive and unhook our hitch, first thing we're going to do is level this unit. Here comes the power tongue jack. Down here in the bottom is where you extend to raise, retract to lower. Got a night docking light should you arrive at night, and there's a couple of these little hand cranks. Should you lose power, you can get this up and down without power. Speaking of power, check your battery post every now and then, make sure nothing's wiggled loose. Once we got our unit level, next thing we're going to do is stabilize it. Now, stabilizing jacks on this are a little different. Over on your off camp side is where you're going to turn on your power for it. Now, these two on this side are actually going to put down the front and rear on this side. As I run it down, I'm going to recommend stabilizing jack pads. Jack pads are going to protect the feet of your stabilizing jacks from dirt and debris. Hot blacktop in the summer. Run two down front to extend. That'll run the one down back there in the rear. Come over the other side. Run your front ones down over here. I do want to mention, should you lose power, there is a hand crank with a manual override, so you can get these up or down without power. So get all four of those down. Got our unit level and stable. Once we're level and stable, we can hook up our power and water. Again, coming all the way back here to the rear. Big long 30 amp cord plugs in here on the side. They'll go in at like a 10 o'clock and turn it to noon and put on this black washer that'll hold that on there. Got your power hooked up. Let's hook up your water. I'm going to recommend the water pressure regulator. You're going to want to grab yourself a water pressure regulator. Hook that up here. Hook up your hose. Don't turn your hose on yet. One more step. I want you to find your hot water heater. And all we're doing is making sure our drain plug's back in there. Get that in there nice and snug, and then we can go ahead and turn that hose on. After that hose has been on for a little while, go inside and open up your slides if you need to. I need you to get in there and open up your water lines, your sinks, your showers. Get all the air out of the lines, get a nice steady flow of water going, and then you're all set. Now let's say we're going to go dry camping. Well, in that case, we're going to fill up our freshwater tank, which is over here on the campsite. 751 kilo, open this up. No need for a water pressure regulator here. You can gravity fill this with a hose. Two ways to tell it's full. One, there's a little overflow valve right there. Or on the inside, where we check the levels of our black and gray tanks, there's also a freshwater button as well. You gotta read this button here. So keep that on, watch that fill up. Once that's full, go ahead and remove that hose. Put that cap back on there. And then whenever you want to utilize that fresh water, you'll turn on your water pump indoors. Don't turn on your water pump and hooked up to the city water. That's already pressurized. Alright, we're all set to camp with power and water. I'm going to go ahead and walk you around the rest of the unit. Continuing up, starting up front here. You can take this cover off by unsnapping these. Or you can simply turn this lock here and get in here to your propane. Point it toward the tank you wish to be using. Real simple system here. Lefty loosey to open those. Batteries. So you'll have a battery on this side as well as a battery on this side. Keep an eye on them. Make sure nothing's wiggled loose over time. Again, below our batteries is our leveling system. Big pass-through storage area. This is your docking light for the front. Turn those on. Got an extra gray tank here. That's your, your freshwater drain. Over here is going to be your black and gray tanks. There's our outdoor shower. Black tank flush. We'll talk about those when leaving the campsite. It says potable water here as well, so you probably can fill up your fresh water from the same place. Back here, our hot water heater again. You got a ladder, utilize it. Go up there several times a year. Check the seams of your roof and caulk as needed with recommended RV roofing caulk. Coming over to our campsite, we got a porch light, a couple speakers, a hood vent for our range indoors, access to the back of your fridge. Open that up, clean that out every now and then. Flue for your furnace. A few things on that. One, make sure it's never blocked. Two, if you are running your furnace, steer clear of these. They do get hot. And they also sell bug guards for those. Really good investment. Want to watch the TV outside? You got cable 110 here for that. Again, our freshwater fill. Quick connect LP for propane. Your big pass-through storage. That about covers everything out here. Go take a look on the inside. We're coming up inside the unit. First thing I always like to point out is your fire extinguisher. Make sure you and everyone that's camping with you knows the fire extinguisher is located by the entry doorway. It's got a 110 here and some control panels up here. On your awning. This is a carefree awning. With it off, you can run it in and out individually. But if you turn that on and hit extend, that'll run itself out. If you run it out manually, only run it out until that flap falls down. I'm going to hit retract. I'll close my door here and get that out of the way, and this is going to automatically retract itself. Same thing going in or out. Make sure your door here is closed. Otherwise, this bar that's coming in right here could catch on it. So you're going to watch your awning coming in. Really cool automated system. Next to that is our slide control. We've already got that ran out. Interior and awning lights and patio lights. That's that porch light I showed you out front. You can hear the awning. Once that's closed, show you that. Alright, coming up into the unit. Lots of storage. We do have a pretty much self-explanatory microwave here. Light and fan above our cooktop. Bend that back, that makes a nice backsplash. We'll turn that to light, hit your spark, and that's how all these light up. Same thing on your oven. Turn that to pilot, hit your spark here, that'll light your pilot light. Usually you can look and see the reflection of it, but once it's lit, go ahead and turn it to the desired temperature. Below that, your 12-volt carbon monoxide propane detector and your breaker box and fuses. 1.5, 10, 15, 40, 30. Quite a variety in here. I highly recommend picking up some of those before you go out camping. Control panel right here. Here's where you turn on your water pump to get to that fresh water. Here's where you turn on your water heater. If hooked to electric or hooked to gas, here's where you turn it to if you're hooked to electric. It does make a difference. Choose correctly. Over here's where we'll check the levels of our battery, fresh, black, gray, and black tanks. Soffit lights here. That freshwater button's one I said to hold down while you're filling that. Coming over to our fridge here, real simple system. Turn on auto means when you're plugged in, you're running off electricity. As soon as you unplug it, goes to gas. Put it on gas. If that light starts flashing, your gas is low. 1 through 5, 5 being the coldest. You turn vent down there for your furnace. Here's our TV. I'll shut that off. My only suggestion on your television, there's your antenna for it. Crank it up to the right when you get there. When you get to the campsites, go into your home and run a digital channel scan so you can pick up all the local channels wherever you're at. Sound system here, AM, FM, indoor and outdoor speakers. Really cool system. Your dinette, if you wiggle this table up, you can take that bar out, put that table on the wooden lip, put your flat cushions on top, gives you a whole nother area to sleep. That brings me to your thermostat. Go ahead and crank that through to cool. Turn the temperature way down. Get your AC to crank up here. Go now. Do you get quick dumps on these? Blast cold air through here. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and cycle through to off. Generally the AC shut off rather quickly. There it goes. But what you will notice is when I go to heat and turn the furnace on, should be the turn there. There that goes. And what I'm going to do is when I shut that off, you'll see that that fan on the furnace does take about 2, maybe 3 minutes to cycle through before it shuts off. Charging ports, reading lights up here. You got some storage underneath your bed here. You got a big storage area on hydraulics that holds it up nicely. You can lock that down. Little lock here. Head back into our bathroom. In here, I just want to mention you've got a hand crank open exhaust vent. Shower door to keep closed. When you arrive at the campsite, flush your toilet, put several gallons of water into your toilet. If you're going to use your black tank, to put some liquid in there before you put solid in there. Never put solids in there before you got several gallons of water to break that down. Alright, so let's act like we're getting ready to leave the campsite and close the unit up. I like to come to my control panel. I do want to see a smoke alarm. Where is that at? There it is. That's the only one to show you a smoke alarm. So I like to come to my control panel and shut off all my lights. Now I know any other lights that are on in the unit are individual. In here I just want to make sure that vent is closed. TV, if you have it pulled away from the mounting system, push back against the wall so our slide doesn't impede with it as it comes in. I'll put this control in a safer spot. There we go. And there on the counter. So any other lighting I need to walk through and shut off myself. Shut off all the lights by hand. Turn back on a couple interiors here. I did forget to mention your skylight. Gives you a little more light in here. Now I'm going to say doors and drawers. Walk through the unit. Make sure all doors and drawers are closed. Nothing's going to impede our slide from coming in. And just hit slide in. Again, the importance to have that TV and that door down there closed. Once it's in, shut off our interior lights and exit the unit. Simple steps to fold up. Alright, if we are out dry camping, we're going to bring up all of our stabilizing jacks. Come on over here, open up our freshwater drain, and head on home or the nearest dump station, whatever we're in need of. If we're at a campsite, We'll bring up our stabilizing jacks, unhook our power, our water, our cable, hook up our hitch, and head on up to the dump station. At the dump station, park accordingly. These are up. Shut that off. Your dump's going to be all the way at the rear of the unit. Park and hook up your sewage hose and pull body waste, which is going to be your black handle. It's going to be your sewage. When it sounds like it's no longer draining, go inside, check the level of your black tank. If it shows empty or close to it, come back out here. Leave that black handle open. Grab the hose at the dump station and hook up to this black tank flush. Hook up that hose, again leaving that handle open. Turn that hose on, let that run for a good 5 minutes. It's going to wash all that nastiness out of your black tank. When that's done, remove your hose. Make sure all that washout water you just put in there has drained. Then close your black and pull your gray. While my grays are draining, come over here underneath your ladder and open up your your low point drains. Get all the water out of those. When that gray is done, close that handle. Take this sewage hose and conveniently and sanitarily store it right here in your bumper and head on home. Again, we thank you guys so much for your purchase. Hope you enjoy this Lance for many years to come. Happy camping.